Hey guys, welcome back. Carlos Guerrero, aka Carlos the Contractor. Today we're gonna watch a video on a couple that started construction without professional help because they thought that they could do it. Let's see what they did wrong and how we could give you guys tips so that you guys don't make the same mistake. Let's get started.
Didn't work out so well. She's home.
He had cut half the island off.
I just walked in from work. I'm in complete shock. This is craziness.
Okay, so first and foremost, the guy kind of like just saw cut the island in half. And if you don't know what the plan is from the beginning or how the schedule should go, you should not start construction, because what happens is like he's trying to basically do things as they come without having a vision or having a clear plan. That's number one. Number two, they're doing this while you're living there. If you're going to be living in construction, you're going to have to take additional steps to prepping the area so that the dust is not going through your AC, causing issues through your health. So there's a lot of steps you have to take before you start demolition in a project if you're going to live in the house, as this guy is. So what he's doing in the kitchen, bad idea.
And it started with a coffee conversation like, hey, you know, what would our kitchen look like with an island? So then I gave her an island. I took it a step too far.
And that was it. You were fired.
I understand.
From starting any job.
I'm going to have a do-it-yourself intervention. Like, you have to stop DIYing your house. So I've seen your videos you sent.
Yes.
But if you don't mind just showing me everything that you guys have done to your house.
Okay.
What's going on over here in the hallway?
I had the idea that maybe we could go larger.
These walls, do you know if they're load bearing?
No, I don't.
That's really scary. That could be framing that's holding up your house.
Well, that's scary.
And
So
dangerous.
this is the kids' bathroom?
Oof,
Yes.
fall on your
I
head.
see there's something that happened up here above the shower head.
So we had the house repiped by a professional licensed plumber. He stubbed it out and I was like, oh, don't worry about it. I'll fix the drywall.
And that was about 4 years ago.
You have open drywall above a shower. I'm going to want to test that drywall and make sure that the moisture content isn't so high that you have mold issues or anything like that.
Yeah, that's my fear.
Anything that mold is on, it has to be taken out. I mean, it could be $10,000 easily. He could have just finished this project. He could have had the plumber finish it. Now he could have a major problem in this bathroom.
Yeah, so it seems like these people, they like to get things started, but they like to save money by trying to do little things themselves, which the idea of it makes sense, but the reality of it is totally different. You really need to do things right, especially in your home that you're going to be living there, you're going to be sleeping there, you're going to be having your kids, your family over. You want to have a safe environment, and leaving holes in the walls is not so safe. Leaving holes in the showers is not so safe. It does create mold, it could create other issues, the dust through the AC vents and so forth. It's not healthy for yourself. So if you're going to do a project, number one, any project, if it's a small project, a big project, make sure you know exactly what the project is and make sure you pay the right person to complete the circle and finish the job. Because if you don't complete the circle and finish the job, the consequences are gonna cost you a lot more money than what you would initially expended from the beginning. So do things right and complete the circle. Very important.
What is going on in this kitchen, you guys? I've never seen anything like this. What have you done?
We wanted to see what an island would look like.
Uh-huh.
I'm kind of embarrassed about it, but does it not give you kind of like, hey, this is what an island would look like?
If you want to see what an island will look like, get a piece of paper, scrap paper, draw it on a paper, pay somebody to do an elevation plan, and you could actually see it a lot better than he's seeing it here. What happened here is that he actually cut the island, the peninsula, and he didn't realize, which this happens a lot, when you start doing demo, you don't know what's behind the walls, what's behind the cabinets, what's underneath. So in this particular place, what I'm looking at right now is that there's a gas pipe running through from one side of the kitchen to the island. Now you have this pipe running through, which is a problem because this guy, if he didn't do it right and he shaked that pipe too much, it could cause a leak. Imagine living in your house and have a gas leak. Big mistake.
I'm just gonna tell you guys, this is terrifying, right? Because you have exposed gas lines and exposed electrical. Somebody bumps into it, the gas comes unhooked. Suddenly you have gas flooding your kitchen. This is the worst I've seen.
So let's get all this drywall off and you guys can redo the framing so it's not arched anymore. It'll be squared off.
Yeah.
If you get that line down there, I'll get this line and then we'll start getting all the drywall off.
I definitely need to talk to Anthony about this electrical panel, and I need to make sure he understands how much work it is and why a lot of the things that he did do on this electrical panel were wrong and dangerous. Julio here has been hard at work. Obviously, this new panel is a huge upgrade.
Huge. So Julio, what did I do wrong?
So your system wasn't grounded at all.
It could start a fire. Did you know that it wasn't grounded?
I did just leave it off when I was fixing the sprinklers.
So now you have a new grounding system.
This is a big expense. This is going to be $4,000 to replace.
Okay.
That's going to be part of the overall renovation budget, but Julio's going to do it it in one day and it's going to be done right. I know you wanted to do it yourself.
I really want to do it myself. Can I still partly do it?
There he goes, Metallic. Can I still partially do it? No, you can't. You didn't learn from your lesson the first time. If you want to do something handy yourself, I don't know, change a light bulb, change the screws, paint the wall. Don't do anything like electrician, plumbing, mechanical. Like, come on, stick to what you're good at, okay? And let the pros do it, because it's gonna cost you a lot less in the long run than by you trying to save money in the beginning. Always happens.
Today, I made a quick detour from the construction site to visit my buddy George. And George is a carpenter that does all kinds of beautiful things with metal and wood, but he's my go-to guy when it comes to tables.
What's up?
Okay, so I was able to save some money in the bathroom of this project. And I want to take that money and put it directly into like an heirloom quality dining room table. Did you get the piece of steel I sent you?
I did.
Yeah?
Got delivered.
So here is my thought. It's a giant piece of steel. What if we inset this piece of steel into the table? I asked Liz if there was like one word that embodied their family, what it would be. She was like, oh, that's easy. Explore. Ooh. And I was like, oh, okay. So I was thinking this steel would be a cool way to like integrate like their family word. I've kept this kitchen pretty neutral. So this is going to be like the star of the show.
Custom piece.
Yeah, so I mean, I like the idea. They're doing this for the house, for the families. So doing a piece like that is meant something to you, very custom, it's a great way to go. And having a designer that kind of put it together and having the actual people that could actually create it, it's a plus. Now, custom work, it is expensive, but that result, the finished product that you get is going to be worth it at the end of the day.
Liz and Anthony, they hated this wall in their family room.
Oh my gosh.
It was load bearing, so I couldn't take it down. So I'm making this wall a feature. Scott and I basically took old wooden floorboards and we ripped them in half. It's vintage, it's rustic, and putting something in a brand new house that's old immediately gives it character. This is old wood that was out of a church. This wood's a little bit thicker than like a veneer, you know, that you would normally install on a wall. But I feel like it's really cool because it has a story. It's rustic and it's like all these great grains and like the old nail holes. Like, how fun is this? Look.
I actually love this wall. It's my favorite piece of the house.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe it's just because we're doing it so well, right?
Maybe it's just because I'm an expert. Everything I touch is gold.
Oh, thanks. I like that.
That is key right there. She just said something very important because she's an expert. Now, when you guys are gonna take a job or you guys are gonna do something major, you really need an expert. What is an expert? Let's talk about what is an expert. To me, an expert is somebody that does the same work day in, day out for at least 10 years because it really takes a lot of time and a lot of experience to become a real expert. And the only way you do this by doing the same work over and over and over, and eventually you become so comfortable and so knowledgeable that you become an expert. In her field, she's definitely an expert. She has great design style and the stuff, for example, if you see what she's doing, she's not doing the woodwork herself because that's not her expertise. She has a connection with that expert wood guy so that he could basically create her vision that she has. So very important. Make sure you hire experts if you want things done right and avoid many mistakes and many headaches and many issues.
We still have so much to get done before Liz and Anthony move back in. The counters, the backsplash, and all the lighting fixtures that need to be hung. It's a lot to do.
Now, as you guys could see the video, they went from an initial meeting to like basically to the finish and the design part of it. A lot of stuff happened between the beginning and the end that they'll show, like creating a plan, a master plan, creating a scope of work, creating a schedule, hiring all the trades that you need to basically complete this. A lot of people don't understand how many different types of trades you need just for the kitchen. You need an electrician, you're gonna need a tile guy, you're gonna need a plumber, you're gonna need a cabinet guy, you're gonna need a countertop guy, you're gonna need a painter. So there's a lot of people that you're gonna have to need, a lot of experts that you're gonna have to work with together and get to the final finish, but there's steps to it. You cannot just put countertops without putting your cabinets. You cannot just put your cabinets without doing your rough work, your electrical and your mechanical rough work that goes underground. So there's a lot of stuff that you need to know before you take on a job like this. And don't always just watch YouTube videos showing how to change your cabinets because it does take a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of experience to actually do it. So be careful on what DIY projects you take on yourself.
I think that looks perfect.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, it looks so good. Like, honestly, wow. This has surpassed my wildest dreams. So if I'm this excited about it and I knew about it, I can't even imagine when Liz and Anthony see this table. I think this is going to be the thing that is most important to them. Making this house feel special enough, and undoubtedly Liz and Anthony and their family's house, that was the real challenge here. They found themselves in a really tough tough spot and they legitimately needed help to show them that construction is no joke and it can drastically affect the way that you're living. And that even by calling me, they made a decision to change how their story was going to play out.
Shut up. No way.
It doesn't even look like our house. This is so creepy.
No way. Oh, no way. It literally looks better than a magazine.
Now, think about this. There's no way that a person without experience is gonna get this finished product like this. You really need expertise in choosing what colors, what finishes, that all blends together and looks great. This is a great design. I think she nailed the design. Everything is well thought out. Even the lamps, the lighting, everything just looks great. So great on the design, great on the process. I think the time was pretty good. The budget was pretty good. So I give her A+ on the overall process.
Don't open it. The refrigerator? That's the thing that's going to get you?
It's like,
I'm like shocked right now.
Yeah?
This is nothing what I expected. It doesn't even look like our house.
there's no way I live here. Wow, look at the floor.
Wow, I love it. I love it. Look, this is my favorite color. It is so pretty.
Do you notice the lights in here?
Yeah.
Yep, it's so bright in here. And there's no insulation falling out. I love it.
There was a lot of electrical that went into this project overall, but now everything as far as the electrical goes in this house is now safe. This fireplace,
I mean, I cannot believe it.
my challenge was to make it something that you loved so much that you didn't wish it away.
I can't even stop smiling. My cheeks hurt. It is so pretty.
I'm in complete shock. This is craziness.
This is your new dining table. So this table is handmade. It's oak, heirloom quality.
Probably the most important thing is that I could not have done this. Nope.
No, I'm so glad you love it. I feel like you need a hug.
And in addition to that, if you guys hear the story, they started little projects like maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I mentioned at the beginning. So imagine that, like starting little projects, living under those conditions, everything was dark. And all you really had to do is go ahead and hire an expert to really help you, because those 2 years and all the little mistakes and all the time and the costume mistakes, you would have done this much faster, much better, much sooner, and to enjoy it. And not only that, the money that they put into this house, guess what? The asset, the property value probably went up. So all the money they put into the house that they thought was gonna be a lot of money, they got it back and more. Make sure you hire a professional. Make sure you get the right team. If you guys need our help, go visit us at www.homeremodelmiami.com and we'll be love to help you. Can't stop, won't stop. Let's go.